Alrighty. We got news in 15. I was sticking around this morning. I'm trying to get the template ready for y'all on Friday. To make it simple as I can for y'all to understand. Just pull this down a little. And then we'll talk a little bit about it. There are three trades on here. But give it a minute. So let's, real quick, start off like we normally do, news. 330 GBP, did not trade this at all. I didn't even bother. If someone else did, you can give feedback on it. The 730 was a complete and utter dud. As we can see, there was a 0.1% change on it. The core CPI had no change. We've been seeing a lot of freaking duds, and the ones we have seen move have been whiplash. Robin sent me a spreadsheet, so I'm actually going to go through that probably Thursday or Friday too, depending on how it goes. Because I'll try and show you some pointers on it, but there's not much we can do right now with the whiplashes. Next up, we have USD CAD. Again, I'm not too. We see historically no changes. Unless the rate statement or the policy report has something big in it, I'm not expecting a movement. But historically, the overnight rate does not change. It's been holding steady since May. I mean, if you look, the last time there was a change was in 2015, and then no, there wasn't. So the last change was January 15 of 2015. So not expecting too much there. There's a BOC press conference slightly after that. Not going to touch it. Yellen, I am going to straddle just in case. I mean, like I said with her, you never know. Trump fucked the pooch, saying the U.S. dollar was overvalued. I'm pretty sure that's what happened here because the news was already out ahead of time on this one because of Trump, so he kind of affected that one, and in my opinion, caused it to be a dud. Down at the bottom, we have a demo opportunity here. You can demo trade this one. It's AUD, unemployment change. This may move, but I would only demo it. Again, the spread's going to be kind of high. 1830, that's what? 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. That's 630. That's just at a really shitty time when spreads are going to be quite crazy. Today is Wednesday. Tomorrow we got Euro 645 minimum bid rate. You could just straddle it, but 730 CAD manufacturing sales. That one might actually move. And we have ECB press conference. So there is a possibility on 7:30 tomorrow we could see the markets shoot all fucking crazy. Really just depends on what the numbers here come out. So we'll see what happens. 7:30 though, I would be prepared. I'm actually going to bump it up to a 6 pip straddle on forex.com. FXCM, I'm just going to hold at 6. I am planning on switching over to forex.com now. That is set in stone now. I'm going to finish out January with FXCM and then switch over. We also have crude oil inventories. Reason for the change is I can trade crude oil with FXCM and I'm getting a better spread overall. I've been watching it for almost the last 2 months, and yeah. Yellen's up again tomorrow, and then China news we're going to skip. Let's look at this, though. Yellen is up, but outside of our window of trading. It's outside USD in London, so we don't want to touch that one. And this China one we never want to touch. For Friday, not much. GBP retail sales may or may not move. It was a 0.1% change last time. Going to the historical, it does tend to move a little bit, 0.0, 1.9 to 0.2. Due to stupid hard Brexit, well, just due to the Brexit announcements, maybe it's going to move. Then we have CAD in the morning also, and then Trump's inauguration. So, yay. Trump's inauguration is not, it won't be anywhere during it. Markets will be closed for that because it's going to be in the evening, so it doesn't really affect anything. So that's what's still left this week for news. Now, let's take a look at charts. I have this set up, and I went so that you will get news alert, or not news alerts. You will get alerts on things you need to look at on the chart, basically. You still need to make sure you're on a trend. Yesterday, what happened is we had a range breakout that popped up. I didn't jump out of it soon enough. Actually, I didn't even have a chance. Most I got out was 1.8 pips, and so then it died down and just went back into a range. Yesterday was kind of a shit day. We did have a little bit of a flurry right here where it moved. I was setting this up so I wasn't live because I was adding the indicators in. But we'll take a look at the trades and see what we're looking at. Right now we're flat, so over on UJ, we just had an opportunity there. We missed. We'll come back and look why we had an opportunity. So some of the things I added on, what I'm looking for when I'm trading are breaks of these supports on run-ups. Run-ups, run-ups. So let me zoom in and we'll take a look at the 3 trades that I did real quick. I think this is the most. Can I zoom in one more? Yes, I can. Woohoo! Alright, so let's turn off the auto scrolling. We'll get rid of this. Okay, so first trade I took, and I was super late on the entry, and you're going to think I'm insane on some of these. I jumped in here. It was actually up here, then it dropped back down. This was my break above the 50. If we look down here for it, it was green, and the blue, which is euro, had started to increase in strength. It dipped a little, came back up. I actually missed exiting here, and when I noticed I missed it, next time it popped up, I got out. This is when I came back. I was taking a piss break. We can see down here, this is the 1 minute line. These were moving pretty quick, and since I missed it, these were all less than 1 minute candles. I jumped out. It was what? It wasn't even anything extraordinary. It was 1.3 pips, but I should have gotten out there, and it would have given me a little more than that. It would have been about 4 pips, which was my goal. The next one I took was here. Again, over here, we're green. The candle speed under 1 minute. We did have a 5-minuter right here. This was my entry, was the 5-minute candle. So it was slow. I got to watch it. I did jump in, and what was it? About 4 pips. Euro was stronger than USD. Green, green, up, and we were above the fast and the slow, so it was okay. The next one, I know it sounds dumb, but I wanted coffee, so I got in, and then I was like, fuck it, I want coffee, and I jumped back out. But as we can see, you see these little red dots? They're tiny. You'll be able to see them Friday when you have on your chart. It hit here. I thought it was above. Maybe I screwed up because the chart was so small. But I jumped in. I was going to let it ride up, but I went to go get coffee. So as soon as it was in a little bit of profit, I jumped out of it. And then I went and got coffee, which I am out again. It was my first cup for the day. I broke my cardinal rule of trading without coffee. But jumped up. I only took like a pip there. And now we're flat. So we'll take a look at the USD JPY. I don't have any actual sample trades on there, so we'll try and take a couple live, and then if anything shows up good, I'll turn on the signals and we'll run with it. That's what we're going to go over a little more in detail Friday. Just so you know, down at the bottom, currency strength, gray, we're green. See, right here, it was blue, green. I added something into this down here. This is green. It's just to help y'all when you first get started. It's not 100% necessary, but we want green, green. So we want the green line and the green box to help you decide to get in. If we look, this was a re-entry trade, and this was also a re-entry trade that I failed to let run because I ran for coffee. So yes, my bad. But it was 7.75 pips in that little spurt right there. Okay, so now looking at UJ, all down here we had several opportunities to trade, but I was not even watching. Consolidation, and we're in consolidation. Ugh, sorry, I'm yawning. I am going to take a minute and go make some more coffee. I'm using the 1-cup coffee maker because I have the little plastic cups that I got for Christmas that I've been trying to use. It's kind of odd, but it's easy to make. Whatever, Krups, I got the generic shit. So right now, if we're looking, let's start at the bottom. This is a USDJ pair, so USD is first. So what we want to see if for a buy, the red line on top is the euro currency. Let me go to object list and Control-Alt, delete. There we go. And then if you load templates up on this, the template will be cling, but when you load up templates, it's going to screw up down here. This is indicator. It's going to overwrite. You just do the object list and clear it. Oh, excuse me. So we're showing green here. Now, these lines will help you. So if you just hold this and look back, we can see that there's a support or a resist and a resist. You can see looking back that it hit this little area. So we have this is a resist. This is an S&R zone. This is an S&R zone. These little lines will help you identify them. A lot of people were missing out on it. Yes, you can do lovely lines and look at it too, so it makes it easy to see. go back to candlestick. So what we're going to do, we'll zoom in one. Fuck it, we'll zoom in a couple. So what we can see is we're in a range. Now, looking here, this, if it moved up above it and closed above, might be a potential for a run up. Once it gets a run up, what we can look for then, and I'll show you, once we can identify we're in a trend, and I'll show you a little bit more on how to do re-entry if we can get it. But let's look at what we got. So down here we got green. USD currency is just barely holding it above where I'd want it to be to get into a trade. The second one, we are green, and our little line is green, but it's hovering right at the 0, which is indicated here too because we are flatlined. Candle times, we're below 1 minute on everything, so we're there. And let me zoom out one. Let's look at candle size. Candle size is 4.9, 4.6, 4.0. So we're holding in at, I would say, about 4.5 pips average candle movement, but we're in a range. So it's a no, no, no right now. Let's look at euro. Euro on the 1 minute, we can see we're flat. Over here, it reflects flat also. Down at the bottom, let's start. If we're looking for buys, we want the blue line on top. That's euro. Red, we're starting to braid. We have news in 6 minutes on USD CAD. Second one up, we have a green box, so we're okay for buys. We're green here, but we're flat as in for candle speed, 1 minute, and candle size. I prefer USD right now because the candle size is about 3.5 pips. Now, if we wanted to, this is our buy opportunity. It closed above. Let's check the 1 minute. It's closed above. It hadn't closed. 2 seconds, 1 second. I'll jump in right here just so you can see. Now, if we look to the left, here's the problem. We have a big support and resist zone here, so it could possibly drop down on us. This is why I'm not doing it live, because I want to show you. So here's the problem with this trade. So this is what happens if you just jump in on a break. It's going to drop down. Now, if it does not push through there, we're probably going to hit a stop loss. Yesterday what happened, there was no support on the left when I took that trade. There was no support and resist zone trade when I took it on the left, but it did end up diving. It did pop up for some of y'all probably into almost 3 or 4 pips profit, but for me it only hit 1.8. I was waiting for 2 to 3 pips and to jump out, and I just never got it. So let's zoom. So now that we know it's to the left, we know we have a support and resist zone, but above that, our next one's about 8.2 pips away. So if it can break through, we're good. I don't have the scroll on. So let's watch what happens here. Let's see. So we had the close above on the 1 minute. It was confirmed. I waited for the candle to close above range. Let's zoom out a little bit. The same thing though. Look where this is. Here is that support and resist zone that I was talking about. It's a resist, but we'll call it support and resist zone so I don't got to keep correcting myself because I'm an idiot. So if it can break through that, we're going to move into profit. If it can't, it's going to either piddle around, fuck around, do this shit again. Don't know. We have news coming in 4 minutes. Let me set up real quick for that. F7. News is going to be at what? 10 o'clock. Not expecting too much out of this one, but screw it. Okay, we are set up for news in 3 minutes. Now, again, this was a dumb trade also because we have news coming up. It is it's a CAD pair, but that affects the USD. Any questions so far? I'm going to kind of move at a fast pace today. I'm going to hope after this news release we can turn on the signals. Any questions on these trades, why I took them? Remember, this was a screw-up. Should have gotten out in here, but I was tinkling my ass off. This was a coffee, which I'm going to have to take here in a minute. When news hits, I'm going to go get coffee. And this was just a normal, this is what it should look like, and screw up on my part. Again, we're going to go in-depth, full-blown on this Friday. Friday is my screw-off education day. If you have, well, not really, but if you have questions, please let me know. But this is about the exact template you will get Friday. And this is for anyone in the Signals group or TA group. So, basically it's for fucking everyone. I got sleep last night, finally. I've been having this thing where I've been waking up at 2:33 in the morning, then I'm up for like 30 minutes and can't fall asleep. I actually slept through the whole night, so I'm actually kind of in a good mood. Yesterday I was just dragging ass. I dicked around with this setup, not this setup, but the way it looks a lot last night. So hopefully it's easy enough for y'all to understand. What, news in 2 minutes? I'm not even going to close this for news. We'll just let it run. Again, so I'm not sending anything, so normally we would not do that. It's US CAD news. I don't remember what the fuck it is. Sorry, I'm cussing a lot today. Maybe that's why. It's what US CAD monetary. So again, the overnight range rate has not changed in over a year. I'm not expecting it. Unless that statement or the policy report has something in it to make the markets move, I'm not seeing too much going on. So I'm not even bothering to close this. We will see though. God knows I'm always wrong. We got 1 minute left. Are my straddles in? Yes, they are. So stage one's kicked in. There, fuck it. No. Why didn't you come over? There we go. While we're waiting on that, here. And 30 seconds in. This is Forex.com, the one that I said I will be switching to. I'm much happier with it. This is US CAD. Spread's kind of high natively, 2.3, but it, unlike FXCM, the spread spike does not go insanely batshit. FXCM kind of let me down. Euro and USD JPY, it stays steady on, but people are texting me in Spanish. What the hell? Anyway, what? There's 3 seconds. Let's zoom in one on this little puppy and just pull it out. Looks like we triggered a buy. It'll probably close here and close. So this is what I've been saying. These are fucking duds. That's why if we know that it's not going to move really, I would suggest just saying screw it and not even trading it. This one I knew was a dud, but I'm still testing the spread. So that's what I wanted to see to record it. So that's why I threw it on here. If you go through your spreadsheet and historical, you see this one doesn't move, that it's a barely mover. Basically what it does, it'll move up just enough to open and then it closes it out. We don't want to trade these. Your spreadsheet should start being able to tell you which ones we want to trade. This is one of the obvious ones that if it does move would actually be amazing. Let's see. So this is the Euro trade news hit. It gave us a little bit of a movement, of a whole 5.9 pips. See if this closes out or not. Again, you'd never want to be trading when news is coming up. This is just a fuck it, so I can show you how this works. This way between today and Friday, hopefully the Friday in depth will give you a good view. A lot of these, let's see. So UJ, here's what we're looking at. Here was the range. What did it do? It hit and got denied. We're red, but we're green. We're gray down at the bottom. We are braided on currency strength, so this is a no-go. Up here, we're still, the green line is saying we're in a buy. Slow and fast, we're braiding. They hit, up, down, braiding, and up. We went green on here and here. If we can get, what do we want? We want red to come up. And we got a green. So we want to close above that. What's the 1 minute doing? Over on the 1 minute, what can we see? That's what it's trying to break through right now. So we can see what it's trying to break through here, and all you have to do is look left and look for lines. You can see that there's lines, so there is a resist for it to break through. That's what I'm hoping will help y'all out. You can see the resist now because of the little lines. This is a support resist indicator that I used a while ago. I originally hated those indicators, but what I did is recode it to have really tiny dots, and now I don't mind it so much. But I don't use it because I can see what I'm looking at, and you see how I mark it with blue boxes. This should help you be able to identify and mark your blue boxes, and eventually you can toss this thing or keep it. It really just depends on what you want. So UJ, what we can see here is we're barely getting into an entry position, possibly. Candle size is good. We're still holding it around an average of, I'd say, 4.5 pips. And over on the 1 minute, we closed above. We can actually go ahead and jump. I'm going to take a few trades, not live, but a few trades like this so y'all can see what's going on. Then I got to reload account, so I'm back on mine. So here we go, upwards now. It has to break through here. So it did close above on the 1 minute, which showed me it's okay short term to get in. And this is I wouldn't call it initial entry because we've been popping up and down, but we are green. Currency strength shows we're up. Candle time, we're up. We'll go for about 3 pips on this one. It's moving. If it starts moving nicely upwards, we'll take a little bit more. But remember, it's right where it's at now. It has to break through this SR zone or resist. And then we're clear for a few pips more. So if we get a nice pop up after it breaks, it might run a little bit and we might get what we want. Candle times, like I said, Renko time is looking excellent. We're under 1 minute. Average candle size is nice and big, so that's why I say we could probably shoot for 3 or 4 pips here, because if we get a move, it's going to be about a 4 pip up. Now, down at the bottom, our currency strength is saying go. Slightly above currency strength, we see the green and red boxes. We're in green, and our little liney is green. Candle time's good. Average size, good. And we're at 3 pips now, which is our target. Let's see if we can pull a little more out, or if we're going to lose it. Remember, we're in an SR zone. It's pushing through. It's kind of like a turbulence right here. Yep, sorry about that. I need my close button back on here. I'm going to have to get it. Okay, 3 pips. 3, 3, 2.8. And a little bit higher, we'll get out. This I would consider a re-entry trade because we've been braiding. So 3.4, it's probably going to run a little bit higher, but that's what I've been trying to do with y'all guys. Yesterday, it completely failed on me. We are looking decent, almost to the point. News is there. We'll give it about 5-10 more minutes, and I'll probably turn on signals. As long as we can have an upwards trend, we're good. Now, what are we waiting on for the next setup? Well, there's 2 things. It's going to continue up, or if it bounces back down to this red line, and then we get a movement up, I'll do a re-entry. So what do I mean by that? The dotted reds. So if it bounces down, we have our fast moving, our slow moving, and we have these red lines. The red lines would indicate a bounce up. So if it hits the red line, it holds and moves back up, we are good. Just like if we look here, this candle here, we could have jumped in a little earlier. Because if we look to the left, we did have a support here for it to bounce off of. Again, like I said, I probably could have gone 4 pips on this safely, but I wanted to do the 3.1. For Pepper, that was probably 4 point some pips for y'all. Okay, so now we're looking for it to drop down. We're looking just for short moves. We have a nice ABC pattern here, so this is our exhaustion. What do I mean? Right here. It was 100, perfect 61.8 bounce. It hit 161.8 and dropped. So that was a perfect FIBO move also, which I didn't even see till after the fact because I was too busy babbling my mouth. Okay, so this is drop close as we might get it. Let's take a look at about a re-entry here. We'll see what happens. So it got close to the support. We don't want to get too crazy on it. We know we're in a support resist zone down there. It punched through it and then it dropped back down. So let's say if it hits it and bounces back up, we're looking at a potential re-entry. Is everything still telling us we have a re-entry? Currency strength, USD is stronger than UJ, so we're green. We're green, we're green. Candle times are good. Average candle size is good. So if we can get a green candle up, let's look over at the 1 minute. 1 minute had the same thing. A, B, C, up to there. Remember, we're still now, here's our support and resist. Right here. Let's draw it out and see what we can see around that area. If you look to the left, you can see it here too. So it did hit our actual support here, which actually is a little better. Let's zoom in on it. So it hit our support. Now let's look and see if we get an upwards move. The upwards move will put us back above the fast-moving EMA. If we don't get an upwards move, it's going to close down, but we know what we're waiting for here. We're waiting for it to make up its mind. Are you going to drop below our support, or are you going to bounce off the support and move up? Down below, everything's still telling us we're good for a buy, though, so we are good for a buy. Sorry, I'm knocking the shit out of the mic. Okay, and we are in. We got the break above. I should have waited a little bit longer, but I'm trying to show just principle right now since I'm not doing these live. Okay, so it broke. It didn't break above our fast, which we could have waited on a little bit more, but let's see. It bounced. We had a candle up. We're still green down below. So this was basically a trade without a confirm. We wanted to come up above here. Remember, to the left, we have a lot of resist on this. Look to the left. On the Renko, you can't see it as clearly as you can on the 1 minute. Let's look on the 1 minute, though. See what it did? It popped up and down. It hit this whole area here, and it bounced off it. Now, what should I have waited for my rules is I should have waited for the candle to close above the fast moving, which I didn't. We'll see what happens, though. We have a support here and a support here. It might bounce and go up. Or it might just tank. But, okay, so let's zoom in a little bit and see what I did wrong personally on this one. So our entry was right here. What I should have waited on was the green candle above. This was not a green candle above. The next candle above would have been an entry. Didn't wait on it, so we'll see what happens. Down below, we're still green, so it does have a little bit of hope, but we'll see. Here's our moving average 50, which there's a pretty good chance it might bounce off that and then come back up. That's why I said I wasn't too I was concerned, but this is just, we're doing this so I can show you. Want a green candle above. Yes, that might cut into our profits a little bit, but it makes it a little bit safer. It's a confirm. This is kind of a touch trade. A confirmed trade would have been one above. Up above, we're still green. Now, the problem is here is, since I jumped the gun, the next candle that I would have waited on would have told me our line went red. So now we're in a conflicting trade. Can everyone see down here this little line that's red? So I got in on a conflicting trade because I broke my own rule and didn't wait for the next candle. The next candle would have told me, hey, I just went red, stupid, don't get in. Right here, on that close, it would have been red, and I would have been in a no trade. Oops, sorry. So we're still hitting the 50. We still have a chance that it might bounce up off the 50. We're watching for this red to come up green. Currency strength is weakening. USD is getting weaker. UJ looks like it's gaining, but we're popping. Let us see. Our fast is getting closer to our slow. Right below it, we do have a nice support. Remember, the mistake here was candle close above fast. I did not wait on that. If so, I would have seen this turn red, and I would have had a warning to stay out. Currency strength, UJ is crossing, so this might be a fucker up. We still got the 50 here and the blue, but we're braiding now. You can see we went gray right about here. Gray is, it's basically, they're too close together. We can't tell which one's stronger. This is actually currency strength slope, so, this is just a filter. You don't really have to have it on here once you get used to it, but until then, it is a good idea to have it on there. So hopefully what we'll see is a little push up now from the 50. It bounced off the 50 and moves up. Or it's going to drop down here and we close it. Here's the 50, and it looks like it's bad. So now it says down on USD JPY. We went red and red. So let's go ahead and we'll close it. And let's watch what's happening here. So let's zoom out one. So here is our support. What do we want to wait on again? We have the slow and fast that are crossing. We're red and red. We're definitely good here for entry. What I don't like is we are braiding a bit. Yellow is higher than red, so UJ is stronger than US right now. But you can see it's been very close. It's braiding in and out. If we look to the left, what do we have? We have a heavy support right here. Remember, you could have stayed in this, but when the currency strength crosses, I would say get the hell out. It might be a good hint that you probably got into a bad trade, and it'll save you a few pips. Again, though, it might just bounce back up, but we had a perfect move up, and then here's a A, B. If I had to, I could say this is C, then a downward move to D. But right now we're holding because we need a break below, and that, let's see, let's zoom out one. If we look to the left, we have support here and here, and below that we might have a little bit of a rundown. What worries me again, though, is the fast is still above the slow, and the slow is just now twisting down a little. This is not optimal trading conditions. We still have yen above. We're still red, and candle time still looking good. We're just not touching. It did bounce. let's check EU real quick. EU's in consolidation. We don't want to touch it, but it does have a... See how it broke through? Oh yeah, we're still in that trade. Heh. Okay, so let's take a look at the EU. What the hell did I get in it for? Oh, we were dicking off, that's why. Alright, so this one's just piddling. Let's look at UJ again. So UJ is still, yen is higher. We're still looking red. We did get our first signal that it might be changing back to up. The little line is turning green in there. We're almost out of the news zone, so... Lovely. Here's our support. Now, if you wanted to go against everything and just trade support and resist, here is our support resist zone right here. Closed above it, but remember, if we look on the 1 minute, see it? It's right there still. So we know that it has to break through there before it can move back up. And if we look down here, this was the drop that we took. Here it is, that support zone that held it back in. So it says up on USD JPY, and that is the currency strength saying it, I believe. I don't know. We'll get into it. Oh, that was here. The green, this went green. Alright, so remember right here, look to the left. That's our little support zone. If we jumped in right here, if this was green, this would be our target right here. So that's about what? About 5.7 pips. So if we took it in, now what happens here? We went green, we're in gray, we didn't get our crossover. This only gives us about a 2.9 pip profit goal, target. This was jumping the gun go because look, USD, JPY, not cross. So what happens when we do it before a cross? Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Again, right now we don't have too much tradable. That's why I'm doing this. So let's move this over to the entry candle. We knew our first mistake. We didn't wait for a close above. Second one, I believe I got in where? Here? There we go. So let's see there. There's our entry. And our fast is above our slow. We're green here. Currency strength's telling us no still. Everything else is a yes. Again, it's kind of a flat market right now. We can see that we're in a little bit of a 10-pip range. So just showing some odd shit right now. I am not live, don't worry. I'm not sending out shit when I do these crazy trades. Now, if the currency strength crosses, we'll be in a good trade, and let's see where the entry compares, because I think by the time it gets back up to here, our currency strength's going to line up for us. Let us see if I'm right. Okay, so we got it above. Currency strength is crossing now. But again, down here, you can tell that we're in a shit market because it is super tight. These white lines are it needs to be above or below for the currency, and we're not in there. Everything else is green except for currency strength. That threshold will kind of keep you out of these, hopefully, these braiding zones. The arrows, I had several comments that they were confusing them, so I'm trying to keep this simple. What I expect to see out of this trade is just a move up and down. Right now, we don't have any actual upwards trendishness. This was a good move, and then we went into consolidation-ish. Consolidation. Over on Euro, same shit. It's just kind of piddling around. Although we've been green the whole goddamn time, Euro and US, remember, look, they're hovering right along the borderlines of acceptable. Neither one's showing a particular strong Sorry, I'm answering. 20 pips negative. Jesus, how the hell? How did you get 2 trades open? Okay, so this is 2. We count up, add it. 1, 2, 3, 4 plus the 7 pips. 7, 8, 9. 8, 9, 10, 11 pip spread. Sorry, I'm looking at something. That is just I have no clue. Okay, so let's look at this real quick. This is the UJ trade I was talking about. Remember, it still hasn't broken through that support that we were waiting on. Our resist. God, I'm just backwards. This is the Euro trade. Remember, here it closed above. This would have been a dip down, but now it is looking better. Let's zoom out one so I can see. This was a shitty entry. This would have been our entry here, this candle right here. So let's not lie to ourselves. This would have been our entry candle here. And hopefully it should have a run up. Euro's actually not looking bad, so when I go live, I might trade Euro. UJ's looking like shit to me. Okay. Our average candle is running about 3 pips, so I'm going to be about 3 to 4 pips. Let it run a little bit, because it did break. If we look to the left, it is clear of everything that I can see. Except it's about to hit a support, right? Or resist. It actually might have hit it. We'll go ahead and close it, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Yeah, it did hit it. I missed it. So if we look at the tops of the candle, the top of this candle, what I missed, I didn't miss. I saw this line peeking through. This is where it hit and bounced. So that was our quick run in and out. Let's look at UJ again. Remember, this one was a stupid one to get into. I'm so confused here. If anyone's took the news trade, I'll cover that in a little bit. I need to look at everything I'll type and look at the chart. I want to get the signals done first. So our slow and fast, remember, they're holding pretty close together. Our little green line has been going red, green, red, but they've been in confluence. But the moves, this is why I say I don't like UJ. It's the moves aren't big enough. If we look over here, we're in a 10 pip range on up and down moves. And our currency strength indicator has been, for the most part, telling us this whole time, no, don't trade it, that neither one's showing any type of strength or weakness. They're both equal right now. They're almost dead equal because they're almost at 0.0. Okay, so I'll probably let it on this screen. And I'm going to go make my coffee because I just yawned. If there's questions, type them in. For the people that took the news trades, I'll cover those in a little bit. I'll actually probably, when I cover Robin's spreadsheet tomorrow, I'll go into news a little bit more in detail. And we'll talk about it. My daughter has My Little Pony makeup. What the hell? Freaking Santa needs to die. Okay, so I'm going to mute, and I'll be back in a few minutes. Let me get some coffee. I'll leave this one open so you can see. Remember, this was entry, which was a dumbass one, because what? We were gray down here. Let's see what happens when it goes green. Right now, it's telling us sell. We went green for a buy. We're green here. If this goes green, we'd be looking at an entry. What's our goal? It's right here. See what I mean? It's a really tight that what our target would be. So what I'm saying is it's still a little flat to be trading. Where on the other hand, Euro's looking much better. We might have a pullback trade. Hold on before I go. Okay, so remember this line here would identify for a pullback. It is going through it right now, and if it comes back up and we get a green candle up, then we have a signal for an entry. We're strong on euro. We're green, we're green, we're green. So this little line here gets extended. Let's see if I can do this. That gets extended as a support. If we get a bounce and a close above our fast moving, we have a re-entry trade. There's dots underneath this. That's what I'm trying to help you see. So now it closed below it, so meh, not looking so sexy. Remember on UJ, this is what happened. Big time pullback, and then it moved back up, but we'll see. It closed below it. Unless I get another candle south, though, I'm still watching it. A close below it doesn't kill it. One more candle south confirms it's a no. If this candle pops up and then pops up, we're good. This still doesn't rule this one out until we get another red candle down. Once we get another red candle down, I'm out of watching that zone until price comes back to it. So, again, here's the dots. If we get another candle down, we ignore this for now, and we'll wait for a different re-entry. All right, enough talking. I need my coffee, man. Ladies, gentlemen, I'll be back. Alright, so we're back. I got my coffee. I'm happy. This one barely closed above. If we look over here, it's kind of twiddling. Oh, I'll show you something once we're into a trade, and where to get it. Well, that didn't really work. Okay, so we see we got rejected. Didn't close above. We're still all green. Let's zoom out one. Again, we have, here's a support. So it broke through the support, ignored it. Now what I'd be concerned about is we got a conflicting signal. Remember, when Euro goes up, UJ goes down. We just said up on UJ, so if we look at it, still flat. I don't like UJ. We're coming into this whole shit storm here, flat. What I'm looking for is above here now. It's just yuck. By the time it gets there, it's going to be an exhaustion, though. Okay, so back to Euro. Here's our support. Broke through. Remember, if it gets one more red below it, then it's a no-go. If it gets a green up and a green up, then we might jump. As currency strength goes, it's back into shit. No. We have weak Euro and weak US. We have no more news. FOMC at 10, which is a medium impact. BOC at 10:15. Okay, so let's zoom in a little bit on this one. Remember what we're looking at. Here's our previous. Here's a support now. Let me see if I can draw it out for you. And there we. Oh, I made it crooked. Oh well. But there it is. Candle down though is a no-go on it. If we notice, we're only getting 1, 2, 3 candles up, 3 candles up, 4 candles up, 2, 4. So this would be a quick in and out if we do jump in. UJ still fucking around right here. Needs to break through this and then move up. UJ just is not sexy today. Our little green squiggly line is coming down to the 0 mark, so sorry, I'm sucking down coffee. And let's zoom out one because this annoys me when it looks like that. Quit digging around. What do we look like on the 1 minute? 1 minute. Here's that same thing. We wanted to come up above. That candle did not close above. This one's twiddling around. Plus we have a far to the left. We got a resist there. This candle's taking a little bit longer than usual. We're almost 2.5 minutes. Close above, but barely. If I get in, I'd have to break through here for profit. So spread is unusually low. I'm getting 0.8. That's weird. what can we see here, though? Look at this. Here's line, 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 line. It's not breaking above here. This one candle did, then got rejected. But we have 4 candles now rejected. We do have a big, this is the daily open, so we have a big resist up there. So we have from here to play if we can get into it. UJ's flat as shit. Look at this crap. See what I mean? Just look straight across. That's why I'm not very impressed with markets today. EU again. EU's a little bit flat right here. Boo. Currency strength, look, we're hovering right on the whites. So we'd want to see something move, but so far nada. I don't even like that. What I don't like when it goes really flat is this could be a sign of exhaustion and a move downward. So this trade for me is looking a little risky, but we'll see how it pans out. Candle size, we're still looking okay. We're averaging about 3 pip candles, which is about our target for getting in and out of this puppy real quick. UJ down, so now maybe if the EU pops up, we're good, because now we're getting confluence across the pairs. Although UJ, I mean, you look up, down, up, down, up, down. This is just shit fest. Should I close above? Still waiting, because we have these 4 that it has not been able to break. Everything else is a green except for currency strength is kind of pussy-ish. Once we get into a trade, I'll show you the orders indicator is no longer available. So now we're at a frickin' maybe here. Let's zoom in a little bit so we can watch this one. We got to close above. Let's see if it can hold in. Price has been hovering right around this freaking EMA, though. That's what I have not been liking about it. This is going to be a weak trade, in and out real quick if we get profit out of it. Not going to go too stupid. I went with 2 pips there because our average candle size is 3 pips. I just wanted to get in and out. It may move higher. But again, I'm not liking it because the UJ is kind of flat. It's just now breaking range here, and what I think is going to happen is we're probably going to see it bounce back up and the EU drop then from right here. If I zoom out a bit, what I was looking at, see where I got out? We have this support right here. Resist. God, why am I so fucking backwards? And what I think is it's going to drop right here. So it'd be about a pip short of what I got in at. Now, if you saw, it showed pips and strength. What I'm using And this is free, so we can walk through it real quick. Show pips from the market. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at that. You can put it on there if you want. So just go to terminal and marketplace. We'll do this real quick. And all you got to do is put in free. Now this isn't a replacement for orders indicators because it doesn't leave the trades on the chart, unfortunately. And just type in show pips. And there it is. You just drop it on there. And then look at the settings for it. Okay, so for settings wise, what I set it as is I am true on show profit. Everything else is false. I put profit color lime, loss magenta, and I did up the font size to 12 because by default it's 8, which I couldn't see that shit. So if you're blind, you can make it even bigger if you want. But it shows you then, because I want to know pips and profit, not cash. I don't care about the money. And we'll do that Friday as the walkthrough on how to get it. You can see it dropped here, and I bet UJ's popping up now. Actually, it didn't pop up. It broke through, but it's holding. Oh well. It shows I don't know what I'm talking about. But there was the candle we got in on, it broke above, hit. Remember, it hit the other resist that was out there to the left, and it dropped. I probably could have squeezed out another pip, but nah. They're moving pretty quick. If we look down at the Renko time, they're all taking less than a minute to form. There's got to be an exhaustion on this euro. That's what I'm worried about, is my next trade is going to be an exhaustion in tank. So I'm going to give it a minute. Spread-wise, we're about 1.1, 1.2, so it's still holding in nice. What we see, though, is look at our curvy line. It's down at the 0 mark, which shows might be heading it. Currency strength, euro's holding above, and we're still in a green box. So this whole time we've been in a green box. Object list. There we go. I wanted to clean up the damn chart. So, UJ bottoming out. Again, I'm still not liking it. There was a possibility for a move there, but I just didn't like, because this was flat. I was looking at this range, and as flat as it was, I didn't want it to get in and just immediately pull back up and get a big stop out again like yesterday. UJ kicked my ass on that one. So I did not trust it at all today. I was looking for a clean break. Plus, we see no definitive trend here. It is pretty much flat, where on the other hand, with euro, we can see the trend. So that's why I took euro, and I was in on euro, because we could see the trend. We had a bounce off support, and here, I'm not getting in on this buy right now. I'm expecting exhaustion, but this would have been the entry candle right here. Why? Because following the rules, since I'm on live, actually we have a support. What I'm saying here is I think there might be exhaustion. I think this is going to tank a little bit. But if we would have followed rules and I was ignoring exhaustion, it doesn't look that great actually, but we'll see. I'm working with an arrow. That line was annoying me. Right about here would have been a possible re-entry. If we look down here, currency strength good. We're green, green, green line. Renko time's looking good. I think there's exhaustion because we had a big move up. Not a big move. We had a significant move stronger than the rest of these moves. So I think there might be a little bit of a pullback more than that on this. I could be wrong. This thing could pop up. The other thing I think is because we're near the we're coming near the daily open. There's orders around this area. What I mean by that is we got orders sprinkled around like this here. that are going to cause price not to just shoot straight up through that. Because to get through it, that puts us pretty damn near close to the daily open. So if these yellow lines were orders, it kind of looks like that. There's orders staggered all over the damn place out there. And that's why I think we might be seeing an exhaustion point too. If this was a little bit higher, then I'd probably jump in one more time. But I think we have orders starting to affect the price coming into this area. So we might have buy or sell orders in this area. All right. Do we have questions or anything so far? I'm really concerned about y'all on Pepperstone lost 21 pips and a buy and a sell. I don't understand why that would have happened. What was the, if anyone's in here, what was the straddle size y'all used? Trying to get comfy. Oh, sorry, I'm yawning even if I have coffee. Let's check email while we wait. See, UJ did pile down, but UJ's dropping and EU's stalled out now because daily open with those orders there, I'm pretty sure. So EU's definitely or UJ has broken its range. If this makes it very easy, guys. Look to the left, we can see there's a support. There's a line, there's a support. Let me check my live side real quick. I gotta get out of that and log into the other VPS to see if my trade came through. Give me a minute. I'm just checking because I have it set up so I receive my own trades. One sec. Yeah, cool. It came through fine. I get worried too if my trades are coming through. I know, sounds stupid. Alright, so we've been live about an hour. Do we have questions? Anything? Do we need explanations on why right now I did not trade this downward move because we were in a freaking range and it was the first breakout of the range? Yeah, yesterday it did not work out for me, so today I didn't want to push it. Candle size, we're still holding in at about 4.5 pips. Candle time, right below 1, still looking good. Down below, we're in red, so that's that. EU, remember, bam, far to the left we do have a resist right here. I'll draw a line. Far to the left we got a resist. Daily open, not playing with that too much right now. Remember, if this was the daily open and then it dropped, if it hits the daily open again, I'd probably expect it to turn into a south a little bit. UJ is 1.3, Euro 1.2. I'm looking at spreads. I'm mistrading GBP. 1.5, 1.8, USD CHF 1.5. I'm not going to trade them, but I'm just going to bring them up to look at them. So bear with me a minute. I'm not trading it. Let me make sure. This is GBP. Let's do this, and I'll adjust it. Just have the feeling GBP was trending nicely, and it looks like it was. The hell? I I fucking hate MT4. There it is. GBP, USD, where are ya? I am so damn tempted to just start with GBP, except it's a 2-pip spread, which is good for y'all. Average candle size is about 4 pips. We're holding right at a minute a candle or below, slightly above on some. Clean it up real quick. Object list. Control A, delete. GBP would have been a nice one today, actually. I just hate that the Brexit crap's out there. Because I actually miss... Between GBP and USD, they trend more. UJ, I don't like trading it specifically because yen isn't open right now. Okay, so let's take a look at Euro. Euro's still puddling around. Like I said, I think this was an exhaustion point due to the orders up here. And even if it breaks above this line, I won't be taking it because it's too close to the daily open. And there's probably a lot of orders out there, so even if it was going to move up, it's going to be a long-ass trade. I'd prefer it to get up above the daily or get rejected hard and drop. But we'll see. This is UJ. There was the drop, and now it's moving up. Again, I'm not trusting UJ. It just looks like a quick run out of the range. So basically what we're waiting on is EU to make up its mind where it's going. This is GBP, which is looking damn sexy, and it's really tempting. Up on UJ, we're going to ignore that. Here was our break of resist right here. We can see that it came above. It was already above our fast moving when it did break the resist. So this would have been an upwards trade, but here, I'll zoom in so you can see. I really just hope they make up their mind on Brexit. Here was the close above. This would have been the entry candle, so really we're only looking at about 1.5 pips, 2 pips profit so far on that one. If we look down to the bottom, this is just educational wise because I'm not trading GBP. I don't want to get stressed. Currency strength said yes. Green boxes, green candle said yes. Zoom out a bit. Candle time, good. Renko time's good. Average candle size, good. Blood stinker, why can't you fucking behave? With the spread, it would have just now been in profit, barely. For me, at least. For y'all, it might have been better, but the thing is since the spread for me goes from like 1.2 up to 2.2, I don't know what y'all's spread is. Anyone watching, what's your spread on GBP if you could check? Now let's go back to Euro, see if it's making its move. Nope. We can look and see it just went dead flat, which to me says there is orders above there. And they're probably going to build up and then push a direction. Once that direction's pushed, we can start trading again. We are red here. Currency strengths are weakening. So we're getting into conflicting down here. Nothing's matching up. On UJ, we're green, red box, and currency strength's weakening, so conflicting. And you little bastard are not conflicting and you're moving up. Now there is one other one I could take a look at. This is actually one of when I was trading binary options. It was one of my favorite pairs. Check something real quick over on this side. What is my spread? GBP is 2. See, over on Forex.com, the spread is 2.4, 2 to 2.5 pips. US CAD is 2 to 2.5 pips. Euro is 1.4 and USD JPY is 1.4. So Forex.com's spreads are kind of shit. Down on Euro, let's see. So we got a big support forming here. Look, candle bottom, candle bottom, candle top, candle top. We are red, we are red. Currency strength, US pulled stronger than Euro. Now, since this is the first move down, I am not touching this. I really don't know what the hell it's doing. If it's going to have a big pullback and then move into here. A lot of times you'll see when the daily is going to be busted, it'll have a big pullback and then it'll have a run up to it. Basically, they're going to sell off and then push price back up. Let's look at, okay, so GBP is shit on spread, even for me. I'm going to close this. I'm going to take a look at my favorite other pair. Oops. If I can do my shit right. There we go. Load it up. Not looking so great. Let's see. File. See how it looks on Renko. Exit. This is USD CHF. This was one of my favorite pairs to trade on binaries. Support, support, support was broken. And it's nothing outstanding. I guess this will give us a third pair to talk about. La la la. So here's Euro. Like I said, I don't know what it's doing with the daily high being right there, so I'm not touching it yet. UJ to me still looks like shit. We got a second range forming. Ah, look. It hides in the back until you put in a trade. Never thought I'd see it. Okay, you might not be able to see it, but that's the marketplace indicator that I just showed you. It's running. It'll show you pips and profit. Just didn't know it was hiding in the background. Once you're in a trade, it changes color, so I guess it's running at none when there's no trade, or running it black. Who knows? Alright, so this GBP, I thought I got GBP out of there. Oh, I fucked up. Change for me, bitchy. Okay. Sorry. It's because I have it open somewhere else. Yeah, well, it's supposed to be black when a trade isn't open. That way you don't see it. Alright, let's just quit dicking around with GBP. I shouldn't even be fucking guessing on it. Alright, we're back to the pairs that I am trading. How did I screw this all up? Now I've killed my Euro chart. Oh my god. I dragged it to the wrong chart, no wonder. Here, Euro, come back to life. Ooh, there you go. Now we're moving again. USD, good, we're in order too. It is 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock Eastern. I'm going to take a 5-minute break. Then we'll take a look at anything else. First range gone. Let's get rid of this. So, delete. We're in a second range now. Is what I'm looking at for UJ. I don't see a definitive trend on it. Euro's trend is slowly tapering out. We'll see if anything picks up in about 10-minute break, okay? I'll just pause. Not pause. I don't even think I can pause. I wonder if I can. I'm gonna hit pause. Someone in Slack, tell me what happens. Hello. I hit pause, so I don't know if this is actually working. I'm going to unpause here in a second anyway. Well, that was a fail, so I guess pause doesn't work. Maybe it'll edit it out of the recording itself. If so, that'll be nice, because then there won't be dead air in the recordings. Guess we'll go back and look at 126. Okay, so like I talked about with Euro, I think it's stalled. Not too sure what it's doing. Yeah, if it would kill the dead air, that would be cool. So we'll see. Hopefully if it does, I'll just be doing that whenever I take breaks. Because if I stop the recording and start, then I get like 6 recordings, and if you try and link them together, it literally will process for like 12 hours. And I think none of the videos are available then. Just a real pain in the ass. UJ, you can see, it had the range here, it busted down into here, then it hit another range, it popped up, hit this resists, and it's moving back in. We still don't see a definitive trend on it. EU's trend is ended, not sure what it's doing, so we're kind of in a holding right now. But blah. And we can see resist, here's a point, all these, so this is a resist right here where it's hitting now. Let me do something real quick. Object list all, delete, there we go. Got rid of the old orders indicator off there. UJ dicking around on its range. I won't be touching it, no definitive trend. So again, we're kind of holding. I might break here for a bit until we see something going again, because I'm not seeing shit to worry about right now. And if I took something here, it'd most likely turn into a loss. Questions? Anything? Did y'all get the trade that I took today? I didn't see anyone say they didn't get it, but did you get the EU trade that I took, the quick in and out, like 2-3 pip one? Tomorrow we'll do a bunch of in and outs. I'm ready to go on those. So hopefully we'll bring it up to about 10 to 15 pips tomorrow. And that's how it'll go normal from then on. As long as we got a trend, I can jump in and out of these trades over and over. I'll go live again tomorrow so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. That's the person I'm worried about, if he got it. Can we do Hubba binary? I am running right now we're doing the Forex trading because they're live signals that I'm showing them and how I trade. Because people are actually receiving the trades that I'm doing. If we have a heavy news day sometime next week, I could probably do it, but right now I'm sticking to this. Down on USD. Remember Friday, we'll go over everything. I'll hand it out for you. Who's on, any of y'all on Pepperstone? What was the actual profit on that trade for y'all? Because for me, it was only about 2.1 pips. Because my spread was like 1.6 or 1.7. I just want to make sure everyone's getting them because once I have no issues, and I'm going to start popping out quick, fast trades. And I think we are there. As long as Damien, well, if Damien doesn't got him, it's an issue on his end because no one else is saying they have issues. So I think we're ready to go pop in and out on a bunch of trades a day. If anyone disagrees, let me know. But I think it's a little bit late on that. I think we're ready to go to start popping in and out quick and easy trades. We'll be looking for definitive trend, just like the EU was. UJ looks like garbage, so there was none taken on there. And I think Damien was a time issue, to be honest. Because 10 seconds in the world of trading, that is a huge freaking something's wrong. -209. How many pips though, Pulse? Or can you tell? If you throw the orders indicator, or not orders indicator, the script on it, it'll show you how many pips it was. $2.9. Which broker are you on, Keys? 1.9. I got 2.1, so that's kind of... I guess the spread wasn't as bad as I thought when I took it. So now I'm about 1.2. Pepper. And you got 2.9. That sounds about right for Pepper. You should be about a... If the spread was what it's at now, 1... So that would put it about right. Cool. $2.3. He's good there. Everything's looking right on, so we're good to start popping in and out of these bitches when there's a trend. When there's a trend, just like you saw, there's going to be little in and out trades. So we are full-blown ready. Damien didn't answer, but honestly, I'll have to work with him if it's his. Everyone else, I have no more reports of issues. I'll check emails today. Looks like everything's working, so we are happy to go. I have no fucking clue what a few people's problem was. I honestly think it was time. that their clocks were out of sync. But Damien had to be an extreme because it was saying 10 and then 30, then 42 seconds. Something was seriously wrong there. See, UJ's still piddling. Flat, one little move, then flat again. Did everyone get how to get that, the little thing that shows your pips? This thing that's shown right here, the 0 pips, 0 USD. Everyone get how to get that? It's in the marketplace, show pips for free. On Friday, when we do the complete walkthrough, I'll show it. I'll hand out all the files to you. So far from what you saw today, any questions on how I am trading? I didn't really cover the pullbacks too much, but we will go into that more in detail on Friday. Actually, tomorrow and Friday. Just Friday is when I'm handing it out. Tomorrow I'm going to be trading live again. As soon as we see a trend, we're going to hop in and out on a few trades so you get to see how it works. Trying to think. London 417, it's about to close. New York's 1117, we're heading into lunch. We're dropping down, EU's down to about 3 pips, and we're driving to about 4 pips, average candle size. This morning I would have jumped in early, but everything was below 2 pips, so it was kind of shit. Yeah, live is always recorded. This fucker's an hour and a half long, though. But I did, if you're watching the live, watch the beginning, because I did start to explain the system on how to jump in. What happens if you make a mistake and jump in. I did a bad trade where I didn't wait for the candle to close above the fast-moving EA, and we see exactly what happens. It was also against some of the signals. Basically, I did a conflicting trade. When I say I did a conflicting trade, what I mean by that is everything down here didn't line up. In order for us to be in a trade, we have red, red, but our little squiggly line is green, so this is conflicting. This is euro. USD is higher. So currency strength wise, the currency strength is higher. The US is higher. Let's take a look at UJ real quick. So we have red, um, reddish, and UJ is stronger, which means that it's conflicting because the color doesn't matter here on strong. You have to look to the right and see USD is red and JPY is yellow. So if JPY is on top, and that would indicate actually a downward move. So we are not conflicting here. Sorry. We're not conflicting for a downward sell, but we are conflicting on the chart. The chart is flat, so we just don't want to trade it. Once you can figure out the conflicting with a trend, you're fucking golden. It's like yesterday we did get burnt on one trade, but that's because I got it right at its exhaustion point. It popped out of the range, and it wasn't in a true trend. I thought it was coming into a trend, and I didn't. I won't do that again. If it's not in a trend like EU was, I'm not going to be trading it. So if it's flat like this, I'm not taking the trade. Even if everything down here says it, what happens is just because this says I can get into a trade, it'll be... Well, let's take a look. Let me turn off the auto scroll. So let's look at the flat section here. So here we are. We have a green line up, green box up. We go green. This possibly could have worked out, but this would have been entry, so we're looking maybe 6 pips. But what I'm seeing is it goes up and down. So if we would have got in green again, we would have got burnt there. It would have dropped down, nothing. We wouldn't have got stopped, but it would have came up here and still nothing, and then came up here. We're still at about at our entry, so nothing, and then we would have got stopped out. Because it's flat, we could identify it. What helped was the currency strength was telling us flat. All these gray lines down here was telling us currency strength flat. Plus, just looking at it, we're not seeing a trend like this. This is what we're looking for. So if I see this, I am gonna take a look at USD CHF, as the spread on that is low enough. It's about 1.6, which is about the equivalent of my USD pair. It's about 0.1, 0.2 pips higher, but it goes 1.5, 1.6. So if I can find a trend on USD CHF that is part of the group, I will do that. So just so you know, USD CHF will be one of the pairs that I'll be tossing in to look for a trend, because I'm looking for the trend to get in and out. On this, like, and it makes it easy to trade, because we'll just be going with the trend. We do a pullback, a knock off a support, and bump it up. Get in, bump it up, get in, bump it up. It's pretty easy to do. We'll do it a lot more tomorrow, over and over, as long as we can find a pair that's trending. Again, UJ is not trending. It had a breakout of a range, and then it went right back into a range, and it's just kind of flat. Candle size is holding, average candle size per minute is holding at about 4 pips. Renko time is less than 1 minute, but we are missing a trend. Over here, trend, and everything was looking good. Candle size was holding at 3. Renko time was good. You can see it slowing. Euro is a slower pair where we get some bumps into the 5-minute range, but for the most part, we're at 1 minute into 1-minute candles. But tomorrow I will have 3 pairs up to watch. That'll help us get a little more education into as I trade. So tomorrow we'll have USD, Euro, and USD CHF. See if we can find a trend, hop in and out a few times so you can get the idea of it. Friday we'll do a couple trades. During that time I will have your zip file ready so you can install. I'll be available live for about an hour or 2 so you can install it, getting up and running, and see how it goes. Remember, do not install it on the one I'm trading from, because it will interfere with your trades, because the EA will kick in and close trades. Any questions so far? Did anyone get an issue with the trade today, like an error, divide by 0? Hoping Robin did. I don't know where Robin got that one from, because as far as I can see, we're ready to go with popping in and out of trades. Uh-oh, Robin's typing. Okay, Robin was the one I was worried about. Good, he got it. Up on UJ. Let's see what that piece of shit's doing. It's breaking out of its range again. Again, we don't have a real trend here. Look at the fast. It's in and out. Currencies are going up, down, and we're red, green, red, green. Wiggly line, green, red, green, red. So, yuck. Not touching it. Yes, it looks horrible. Alright, any other questions, issues, anything? Let's see if we can finish this up. I do have a coaching session at about 2 hours. No, it is not, Chris. Nope. Who is your broker? Oh, if you're typing in YouTube, you can hear me. No, Christian, who's your broker? FXCM. What type of account do you have with FXCM? The $2,000 one, I'm guessing? The max 2,000? And are you running on VPS or a home PC? We'll see. So far, one issue, but that's really weird that you got a loss. Do you have spread plus commission or just spread? Here, let me go to their website real quick. Oh, I think you might want to look at your account type and flip it because... Let me look at the account types. Let me look at the account types, Christian, and I'll get back to you on it, okay? Accounts. You took a standard account, I'm guessing. Since you're at 2,700, give me a sec, let me double check on it. Okay, I would go to a mini account, Christian. Reason being, go to the mini account, just send them an email, say you want to convert to a mini account. A mini account is spread only, and it'll let your account grow up to $10,000 before you have to... That's fine, as long as you're not above 10,000, you need to be on a mini account. So switch, just get with FXCM, tell them you want to switch to a mini account. That'll get rid of the $2 charge. Once you're over 10 grand, your trade sizes are going to be big enough that that $2 won't hurt you. But right now, since you're not above the $10,000 threshold, you want to be on a mini account. So it's a FXCM mini account. You're on a standard. That will take care of that issue. And then you'll be ready to go. Until you do that, turn off the signals. Once you're switched, turn the signals back on. Let me put that in Slack too. And here's UJ. It broke out of its range. It's moving up. It's going to hit the previous range's top, and probably, if it runs more, I'll be surprised. But Christian, that'll take care of you. And then the only issue I have is Damien. So, boo, yay, fucker's good. I'm happy. I feel more confident now in cranking out the trades. What's sad though is I really don't know what any of the, I don't know what was causing some of these issues. I know that they're working now, but I don't know what was causing some of them. Damien, I know. Robin, your zero divide one really kind of scares me. He's not even here. He's studying for his exams, his finals. What we're seeing here, remember, here's a big resist. Pop against it. We also had a mini support, mini support. Look at the lines, guys. This is going to tell you everything you need to know. Hopefully this will be easy for you to use on your own, too. If you're on Pepperstone, you'll fucking love this system because if you're getting in and out with low spreads, you can make money real quick to pile up the pips. If you become proficient at this and you can pull in 4 trades a day at 3 pips, let me know. I got a spreadsheet for you that you will fucking love and you can grow the account. All right, we'll leave it open for about 2 more minutes on questions. I want to make sure everyone's good. I mean, it's getting to the point where markets are looking nice. Yeah, sure, I'll send you it. Keys, PM me your email address, please. If you want the spreadsheet, please send me a direct message in Slack, not in the group. Because we hadn't... Okay, I wanted to cover something too. This fucking pissed me off. Either from the Skype room, which I think it was the old Skype room, somebody was farming email addresses. And I got an email sent to me by somebody that they were receiving spam for a Forex group. And it said Brian McAfee's list on it. I had nothing to do with that shit. I think it was from the Skype group because Skype, once you're in a group, you could actually, I believe, go in and there's a program that lets you harvest email addresses. So I'm kind of glad we're on Slack, and that's why I also don't post your email address in general or any of the rooms. I think from Skype. Sorry, I'm putting it in the room too. But yeah, guys, don't post your email address over in the general room or the random room or any of the big rooms that everyone can see it. Because somebody farmed the email addresses for my group. So hopefully it won't happen ever again. I like Slack more because I can see all these email addresses, but if anyone's in the Slack group, can you click on someone else's name and see their email addresses? Because like if I click on somebody, I can go to their, since I'm the admin, I can look and see, if I click their name, then I go to view profile, I can see the email address, but I'm the admin. Okay, cool. So y'all can't see each other's email addresses. Good. Yeah, that really pissed me off. So I just so y'all know. Yeah, Skype. I'm glad I got out of it. I mean, I said earlier, it took them 6 months. They just now added me back into the Skype room. So I'll probably drop a message in the Skype room that we're on Slack for anyone that didn't get moved over. And guys, let me take a little break, and I'll email you those spreadsheets. Friday, I'll go over the spreadsheet and on why with a low, even with FXCM you could do it, but with the lower spread ones, because if you can time these trades right, and you can pull out 12 pips a day. It's pretty amazing what you can do with a $100 account. And again, I've showed the spreadsheet before, but I think the way this is set up, y'all can pull out the trades pretty easy. As long as you can identify a train and jump in and out, you'll be good. So, Christian, if you're still in, remember, turn off your signals until you're switched. Robin is set up good. Damien, I just need to hear from you. Other than that, I don't see any. And the emails I got, all issues were fixed on that end. A lot of what I saw was just user error. Zero spread. Fuck you. Sorry, I'm sending. I have a friend of mine who does these 3 to 4 pip scalps all day long on pairs, but he trades London session, and he'd love that broker. 0 pips, 0 pip spread, and they withdraw, so that's pretty good. I'll send it to him. He'll be happy. For everyone else, I'll send you the spreadsheet after I take a little bit of a break. My throat's actually getting dry. I've been on almost 2 hours live. Tomorrow we are going to be live. We're going to, if we can find a trending pair, we're going to be in and out of a lot of trades. I'll explain exactly what I'm doing as I do it, so that by Friday when you get it, you'll have a bit more idea what you're doing. Tomorrow's trade will be recorded and put over into Mega as one of the files to go with this system. It will also, Friday's recording will go in there, so you'll have 2 different videos to refer back to. Nice. Can't think of anything else. I am finally getting excited about this because everything's dropping into place, so I'm very happy now. We can start knocking out some quick, easy trades. Again, there are going to be losses. Like yesterday, that one was, I'm not going to lie, that one was kind of my fault. I didn't wait for a trend. I kind of got cocky, jumped in on a breakout of a range, which is risky. That won't be happening again. We'll just be looking for the trends. Basically, what we're looking for are stair steps. We're looking for steps to run up and down. So that if they're going up, we're going to be running upstairs, and if they're going down, we're going to be running downstairs. It's a pretty easy philosophy to trade with. Like as we can see here, we're starting to have downward steps forming. Downward steps with confluence on the bottom of everything, we should have some nice easy trades. And then we're going to combine that with the support and resist that y'all can see. Hopefully this makes it easy enough for y'all to identify what's on the charts and knock out some trades yourself. Like I said, there are some pairs like during London, Euro JPY is an excellent pair to trade. It has very good structure and it trades very well. US session, it falls apart. There's a couple pairs during the London session that all you have to do literally is just go to Navigator and just start dropping it on and see if you can see stair steps and jump in on them. When I say Navigator, you go in here and you just drop a trade on, or you can just load them all up if your PC can handle it. You flip through, you find a stair stepping pair and go with it. I'm limited because of spread and the US session. Euro GBP, I don't trade. USD CHF, I do like during the US session. USD JPY is okay. I use it mainly as a mirror for Euro USD. But Euro USD moves a little bit slower than USD JPY. But comparing the both, as long as one's moving up and one's moving down, I want them seeing moving opposite, I can trade them. When they're moving together, I get very, very nervous. US CAD I actually like trading with, but on FXCM, the spread is shit. I really wish I could find a decent US broker, or I'm hoping when Trump comes in, they loosen up the Frank Dodd laws, and I can get out of the US brokerage and back to a normal European broker. I would love to get back to a normal European broker because U.S. traders used to be able to use European brokers, which as a U.S. trader, you are on a 50-to-1 leverage, which depending on your account size for smaller accounts, that puts you at about a 2% trade. 2.5% is where I like to be, and you can do that with larger accounts with U.S., but with the smaller accounts, the number crunching comes in, and you're limited to about a 2% trade size, which is good and bad. It has its drawbacks. But hopefully, when Trump gets in, they've already said that they want to loosen up Frank Dodd, and that'll let us get back into some decent brokers. Because there's so many brokers now who are legitimate but will not take U.S. traders because of the Frank Dodd laws, because they offer 1 to 100 leverage. And I think 1 to 100 is a reasonable amount of leverage. Anything higher is stupid. 1 to 100 is, for me, 100% legit. It's a great amount of leverage because I can do 2.5 or 5% trades. Occasionally, I will do a 5% trade because if there's some kind of major economic event going on and I know that euro is tanking for a reason, or like during the what was it, the Grexit, we knew what the markets were doing, so I could increase my trade size. I have no option to increase my trade size now since I'm locked into 50 to 1. Um, I think I babbled enough today, guys. We're right at 2 hours. I'm happy to see that everything's working now. That means we can start popping in and out of trades. We'll do it live so y'all can see exactly how I do it. So I'm just actually happy today. I was stressed out yesterday because of some of the little issues. A lot of them aren't coming in through chat. They're coming in through email because a lot of people that are in the Signals group don't have time to hang out in the Slack room. But I literally would help like I think 13 people yesterday. A lot of it had to deal with they just had no clue. They were from binary options and this is their first time in Forex, and they had no clue what they were doing with setting everything up. But I'm happy. Everything's looking good, so tomorrow we can jump in and out. I keep sniffling out of snot. Alright, so I'll see y'all tomorrow. I will be around on Slack. I have to do a coaching here in about 20 minutes. I've got a new binary options trader to take care of. She's actually showing some pretty good progress. I'm surprised. Well, not because she's female, because she was a mess. Didn't even know what money management was. Thought Martingale was money management. Let's see. We had a message. Let's see if that is it. Again, we're going to focus heavy tomorrow on how I trade, so you can watch me do it live with basically break of a range, run it up, then it drops down to here. That's a, if we get a green candle, moves up, in and out trades real quick. I am using 1.5 pip Renko candles for tomorrow, so we can keep it nice and fast paced. As we can see, we're already slowing down. This is Euro. We're starting to get 5-minute candles, so that's a for me. UJ's still moving along nicely, but see what it did? It broke the range, and then it stalled out again. We don't have a trend there. Alright, guys, gals, thanks a lot. Hit me up with any issues, please. I think we're there, but don't be afraid to hit me up with a question or a problem. I mean, I've jumped on some people's computers to make sure that they're running right. I'll do what I need to do to make sure that you're working right. Just ask. If you don't ask, you're not going to get the help. Yeah, I couldn't believe it either. But the broker she signed up with was 24 Options, and they told her Martingale was part of good money management. So my opinion of 24 Options has just steadily been going down. Okay, enough on that. I'm done. I'm going to go take my break before I have to coach. I need to get some breakfast in me. Again, if you have questions or issues, I don't care what it is, please hit me up and ask me. I've even helped people out with their VPS because they needed to log into it from multiple locations. The default setup on Amazon is it only recognizes the initial IP you were set up with. If you have a laptop and you're going to be jumping everywhere and you want to check on your VPS, let me know. I'll show you how to set it up so you can log in from any IP. I mean, it's stupid shit like that. Don't be afraid to ask. Alright, enjoy all. I will see you tomorrow morning.